Woodley on the beat.
Hey guys, what's up? WitterFitness here.
Alright, welcome back to another episode of the MillionDollarConvos podcast. Here, we have another episode. First of all, before we even go any further into this podcast, I'd love to thank Red Bull for supporting this podcast recently. Big shout out to the Red Bull Jamaica family. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So, we have a very special guest today with us. A personal friend of mine, flatmates, college mates. I really appreciate this one. This one is close to me, close to my heart. You understand? Mr. Rickardo Witter. Welcome to the show, sir. How are you?
Thank you very much for having me here.
All right. Today's title was a bit special because I know that you stand out a lot to you, and the title of this podcast is Survival of the Fittest. What do you think about that one?
Nice.
You like it?
Yeah, it definitely represents my lifestyle.
All right. So, we want to ask you a question. The first chapter of your autobiography. You understand? For persons who don't know who you are, what you're about, you understand? What would that first page in that autobiography look like?
Well, I'm a hard worker. I have a very determined mindset, and I think that anything is possible once you put your mind to it and once you practice resourcefulness.
Right. So, not many people know about your life before WitterFitness. You understand? Before your prominence, before your rise to WitterFitness. So, can you give us a bit of insight as to what life was like before WitterFitness?
Yes, most definitely. So, I grew up in a very poor neighborhood. Lives in St. Catherine. I live across from a railway. The train would wake me up in the mornings at 5 a.m. and I would go out in the mornings to help my mother, sell in the market. She used to cook food in the Linstead market, and I would deliver the food. I would also collect money from people, that credit the food. I was always a hard worker. It is just
ingrained in you.
Ingrained in me, right? When I was 8 years old, I was being bullied by someone, and unfortunately, I took up a knife and I stabbed that person.
Right.
And because of that, I went to a boys' home in Stony Hill.
Right. What was the name of it?
I don't remember the name of that boys' home in Stony Hill when I was 8 years of age. They actually sent me to the wrong home because I was supposed to go to one that I was supposed to go to the children's home instead of the boys' home.
Right.
So they sent me to the boys' home where it is supposed to be 12-year-olds and over.
Right.
And I was 8 years of age, and I went there for 3 months. And then I went to juvenile court.
Wow.
Yeah.
For what? Because of the stabbing?
Because of the stabbing, yeah. I went to juvenile court because of that. I got out because of good behavior.
Okay.
And so from the age of 8, from 8 years old, I was always, facing struggles in my life. When I did my GSAT and went to high school, my mother got ill when I was in grade 8. That time I was about 12 or 13 years of age. She woke up in the morning blind. So because of diabetes, so she woke up in the morning and she just couldn't see anything.
Right.
From that day, I have to be the one that,
That was traumatic for you.
Right. So then I just have to start being a man.
Right.
From that age, I just become someone that, I become independent from that time. Because I had to sell bag juice and Guinness and ice in the Linstead market.
So was that your kickstart to your entrepreneurial vision? Was that the major stepping stone to say, all right, maybe I can try this entrepreneurial thing? Maybe.
Right. From that time, I just always wanted to just do something for myself. I used to have a dream I would want to own my own supermarket one day or something. Just something business-wise.
Of course.
Right? Because from that time, I had to be providing for my mother to just make sure that she's okay, to make sure that, the house is being provided for, because it was just me and her alone at that time. I had to be on the streets, going to school also at that time. So I had to go to school, go on the street, sell vacuums, sell ice in order to send myself to school. And sometimes I even have to skip school to take my mother to the hospital, because she was suffering from other illnesses like jaundice, liver problem, kidney problem, right? And until she died when I was at the age of 14. So at the age of 14 she died, and that was a very tragic point in my life. And it still even bothers me
up to this day.
I don't think someone can ever get over that. But I use that as a motivation.
That adversity. So you think that adversity is a major part, a major building tool to an entrepreneur's life, how he executes his plan?
Yes, because I think one needs difficulty in order to advance. Right? I think when you face challenges, that's the way you're going to improve.
You build strength.
So pretty much you're using that to fuel.
Right. So I would say use negative situations to create positive ones.
Positive outcomes.
Right.
So you've told us about your personal journey. Can you give us a bit of insight on your business journey now? What was your first business venture? How did it go? And really, how did it fuel your progress afterwards? How did it drive you afterwards?
Alright, so my first business venture, as I can recall, has always been fitness, Apart from, hustling on the streets, to say I'm actually doing business, it was, in the field of personal training. And why I started that was when I went to the University of West Indies, and I had no money to help myself. I really did not have any major support, any major financial support. So, I had to try and create a way for myself, and I just said, hey, I'm going to just start training people. It wasn't something very serious, it's because I'm from an athletic background, because I used to do track and field at St. Jago. So I just, use that and start, try to earn money just to help myself through school. Of
course, because you were in it alone, right?
Right. So it grew from there, for me to be able to pay rent and buy food, and even put towards my tuition. All of my personal training money from 2016, 17, 18, 19 went straight into tuition. So every week, it's like I would tell my friends that SAS was like a bank for me. All my money, right? So every week when I step out my room on a Friday, I had this one friend. He would say to me, where you going, SAS? And I'd be like, yes. So every Friday,
you're going to the bank.
Yeah, going to the bank, charging the money, to help fund my school, because I didn't want to take out any student loan. I didn't want to graduate and be in debt. Because I just don't really believe in the whole student loan thing. I hate college, I hate school. So for me to even come out of school and then to pay for school after I'm finished with school, that would be depressing.
That's wild.
Of course.
Right?
So what would you say to individuals that are in that particular predicament right now? They don't have the support financially, but they want to go to school and they don't want to go that route of student. What would you say to those individuals?
I would definitely say be resourceful.
Right.
So find a way to create an income around something that you might like. Because instead of depending on jobs or whatever, you might not find any. So you have to get in your mind and create something. Right. And that's what I did. Because I didn't use any money to start personal training. I just started. It's a service.
Of course.
Right? So if you can do here, you need to start doing people here and use that to help you pay for school.
Right.
That's what I did.
So let's take it back to the question before. Starting your entrepreneurial journey, going on that journey. You must have faced many experiences that were negative and positive, but what were the most humbling experiences that made you look on life and say, it's hard, but I have to progress. It's hard, but I have to keep my head in my body. It's hard, but I have to remain humble. If I gain success, humility must follow it. Like, what were some of those moments that you had that really instilled that in you while you were, progressing as an entrepreneur?
Well, some of those moments, were really when, for some of the months, during school, during exams and all that, when I would not, make any money.
Right. Because that's a part of the journey, right?
Yeah, right.
Part of the journey, right? So, I have months that I really don't make any money. I give it to the school, and then I don't have anything for myself. I used to one of the time I used to make cornmeal porridge on Mondays, and then eat that from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then make another pot of cornmeal porridge
For the next week?
for the rest of the week. Because you can use one cornmeal to make porridge for the week.
Yeah.
I used to have to just do that, and that just humbled me because it is so hard, and it gets really depressing sometimes because I'm coming from struggle, and it's like I'm still struggling, even though I'm making very small progress.
Right.
It's like I'm still
In the struggle.
Right. So it just gets to my mind sometimes because it has been so long.
Right.
From 2007, 2008.
You've been pushing from there
I've
on.
been pushing from there.
Yeah.
And then my mother just died after that, and just everything it just gets.
You wonder
difficult.
when it's going to end.
Right.
So what were you feeling though when your mother died? The exact instant. What did you feel? I can't imagine going through that.
To describe the feeling, it's I feel like everything was gone for me. I just felt as if everything was just
She was the only one on your side?
finished for me because she was the only one there, and then the time that she was there for me when she was she wasn't sick or anything, and then when she was sick she couldn't be there for me like that.
Right.
I had to, the roles were reversed.
Switched. You had to take care of her.
Right. So I had hope in my head that she's going to get better. Maybe she's going to see again one day and stuff like that. It's just a missing part of my life because I did not get to experience much of my mother. Because when you're younger, when you're 8, 9, 10, I don't think you're really
Conscious.
of
The importance of a mother.
Right.
But when you're in that age 13, 14, 15, you realize that it gets even more important, right? And that's when I lost her. So I just feel like everything was just gone away from me, and I was just in this battle alone, right? I just give thanks for some of my church members. So going to the church was a family for me at that time. It was a
support system.
Right.
Very important for entrepreneurs.
Right. And so that's how I felt. But what I didn't know, I just try to everything that I do, just try to say, alright, I'm going to make my mother proud. I'm going to use this to push myself. I'm going to use this to move forward.
Alright, so let's get back to that entrepreneurial journey side.
Yeah.
Right? WitterFitness. When did it start? How did it start? And for the people that don't know what exactly WitterFitness is about, can you tell us what exactly it's about?
Alright, so as I said before, WitterFitness really started because I had no money to go through school. And right now it has become a mobile personal training service where I go to different homes and train people, and I also train people at the gym, right? I'm also creating a online training platform, so where I provide people with meal plans and programs and personal training virtually over Zoom, right? So that is where WitterFitness is going right now, really pushing the online aspects of the business to move forward so that the business can scale.
Right.
Because one thing with personal training, you can train so much people and no more.
No more. Right? There's a cap, right?
Right. Yeah. So you have to try to create something in a way that will make the business scale.
Right.
And that's what I'm doing
Currently.
right now.
Right.
With the online platform. And also creating another stream of income of the business also.
Of course.
Yeah, that's another part. I'm working on another stream that is, that in my head it's going to be something.
It's working
really
out,
big,
right.
So, that's the stage I'm at now. Creating a strategy that is going to make the business.
I mean, personal fitness in Jamaica seems to be like everybody and them grandmother do personal fitness. You understand?
Yes.
Everybody is jumping into personal fitness.
Right.
So what can WitterFitness or what is WitterFitness doing to really stand out from the rest? Because you have average and then you have WitterFitness. You understand?
Right.
So what are you doing or what have you done to really beat the odds as it relates to being average?
Right. So most trainers are most, personal fitness people, whatever they are.
Yeah.
They just like train people.
Right.
And that's it. Like I train you, that's it. Goodbye. But what I do, I train you.
Right.
I make sure that you have a proper meal plan. I make sure that you're following. I also, give you a customized program for you to work on. So, like for example, I might train you today. I might be training you Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Right.
But I give you something that you can work with for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So if I'm not here Tuesday and Wednesday, you can do something with that customized program.
Do you also think that personal relationship with your client is important, or is it that sometimes clients don't want the personal? But
alright, sometimes it becomes personal,
right.
Or you cannot become too personal.
Right, you can't become too attached.
Right, so that for me, I'm good at also listening and motivating people.
Right.
It's like I'm good at speaking to you, to encourage you and stuff like that, because I'm also a certified public speaker, right? And so I use that also to help my clients.
Hey, Jesse, you see him just run over that like it was nothing. Like say, oh, I'm a certified public speaker, all right?
Yo, just cool.
All right, so.
So I use that. I also use that to help my clients mentor, because there are certain information that clients will share with you, and you have to be able to help them go through whatever hard times they're going through.
Right.
So you can't just train them and leave them alone, because there are so many factors. There are so many reasons why people get a personal trainer, not only to lose weight, but someone that they can talk to that will help them emotionally.
Right.
And I do that. Like, it's very easy. I don't know, but it's just a gift that I have.
Yeah, it's a gift.
Right.
It's a gift.
You mentioned earlier that you have a plan, and how important was it for you to have a plan in executing? Like, a lot of individuals out there might have an idea in their mind, and they don't know how to go about it. And like, for us as entrepreneurs, it's important that we have something that we follow. What was the process like for you in the planning aspect of WitterFitness?
Good question.
Well, it was hard because I wanted to find a way, I wanted to find a niche in the market that no one has
It's really attack, right?
So I wanted to find a niche to tap into that, I can, be of service to them.
So back then when you created it wasn't that saturated as it is now. That's what you're saying?
Right. But then when I created it, there was a lot of people there, but not as much as it is.
No, right.
It is really saturated right now. So you have to find a niche, and focus on that niche, right? And so that's what I'm doing right now at the moment, And as I said before, I'm working on another stream that I want to create. There's another niche
that you want to attack.
Yeah, that no one is in, and no one has really ever been in that niche.
So you say stay tuned.
Stay tuned with WitterFitness.
Not say 40, not say 40.
Definitely creating a plan around that. I'm currently working on feasibility study, everything. Investors trying to contact somebody. So I'm working on that because I'm not trying to be a personal trainer, just a personal trainer, and not just go to people's house and train. You want to do the thing big. I want the thing to be big, low.
Very right. So speak to us about this big spur in personal training. You understand? It came from nowhere. Like just like forex trading nowadays.
Right.
You understand? It's like it's a new hip thing and everybody thinks it's cool,
Yeah.
So everybody's jumping into it, but it's not really for everybody.
Right.
You understand? So can you outline the qualities of not only an entrepreneur, but a personal fitness entrepreneur? Give us some other, because you show those qualities naturally. You understand? But some people don't have it, want to go into the space, have passion for it, but not necessarily, it's not their gift.
Yeah.
Like what you said, personal speaking is your gift, fitness is your gift. It's not really the gift. What do you say to them? Find another passion or continue with personal fitness?
I would say to them, you can continue to work with it, but you have to try to be different from everybody else. You cannot just come in and just do what you see someone else is doing.
Right.
You have to make sure that you show people
What's different.
What's different about you. Right? Not to disrespect any personal trainer or anything, but many personal trainers, they cannot speak well. Right? They don't know how to conduct themselves
professionally.
Right? Professionally.
That's very important.
Right. A lot of them also, they're not so, what would I say now?
Articulate,
right?
Big words.
And many of us are not really educated. And you don't even have to be
educated to go into personal fitness.
Yes, right. But you have to have some form of education.
Yeah,
right.
Like, you don't have to go to UB like me. You don't have to have a bachelor's degree in marketing or something that has to do with business like me.
Yeah.
Right? But you have to have some form of knowledge.
Right.
And so I think that's one of the edge that I have, because to be honest, people really look at those things.
Of course.
People really look at those things. Yes, you're a certified personal trainer. Yes, you're a certified nutritionist or public speaker, but you also have a bachelor's degree. People really look at
those. Right.
That's one of the edge that I have, because whenever I'm training people, even when I was going to school and I tell them that I attend the University of West Indies, it was like, whoa, really?
Right. So that's like a little boost for you. You understand? Like
It's not common among trainers.
It's not common among trainers. Like 99% of the trainers don't go to university.
Yeah.
So I'm in the 1%.
Yeah.
1% is very. That's like
that's good. That's top notch.
Yeah, top notch.
So all right. So looking back from where you came from to where you are now, you understand how WitterFitness has grown, how Rickardo Witter has grown. You understand? You don't have your mother, but what would she think looking at you right now and seeing the things that you've accomplished up until now? What do you think? She would be proud of you, wouldn't she?
Yes, I think she would be extremely proud of me. The fact that I'm coming like from the bottom of the bottom. Right? I'm coming from way down there. Right? And I'm really pushing I really push it through. Coming from the lowest of from the valley. And I'm taking baby steps, and so I'm really coming from far, extremely far. And to come this way where I was able to send myself to university, I was able to create a business, a registered business. A lot of trainers, they're not registered. They're not really doing business.
They don't want to pay no tax.
They don't want to pay tax, so they're just they're just trainers, training people,
of course,
collecting cash,
of course,
and that's it.
That's it.
Right? I'm a registered.
Right. Hey, this is marketing,
Plus your bachelor's degree, like, bro.
Plus a bachelor's degree.
Listen,
you're on the map. You're on the map. You're on the map. Honestly,
I'm really proud of myself.
So, what was your proudest moment with WitterFitness? What was your proudest? Like you said, say this might be something big. Wait, so make it.
Yeah.
Like, what was that moment where you really look for yourself and you're like, WitterFitness, say this is really good?
I got bust the cloud.
To be honest, when I started getting certain clients.
Okay. Like the high profile clients.
The high profile clients. Jeez. The 1% club.
Yeah.
Rolling out in the...
The 1% type clients.
Yeah, right.
First clients.
ATL, look out. Big up ATL.
I realized this is going to be something awesome. When certain people started reaching out to me. When I was, there were times when I had some some quick blow-ups on social media.
Right. Can you give us one of those moments? Can you give us that moment?
Yeah, when Shensi shared like 2 of my posts.
Right.
Oh my.
Right.
Right. Big up the Sheng Yangs.
Right. And I did a video with Inhale Me.
I would love for Shensia to share this podcast. What do you think?
Right. Definitely.
It's possible.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Shensia, big up yourself.
So that's when I realized, I'm going to get that traction to create that online platform. Because one of the things, the in-person training is good, but if you can leverage online training, selling programs online, create a niche online, and be cheaper, faster, and better, you can make a lot of money on it.
Jeez.
Right? And that's where the world is going right now.
Everyone
is going online. Right? I'm sure you don't know that an app already.
Yes.
Up to the
push-ups and workouts and everything is going online.
And you watch guys on YouTube doing stuff.
Of course.
Right.
And Instagram as well. You understand?
That's where it's going. That's where it's heading.
Alright, so wrapping up, this has been a very entertaining podcast.
Indeed.
Very entertaining podcast. As we said before, big shout outs to the Red Bull Jamaica family. For supporting us, supporting this podcast, Never had to do it, but it is done, and I really appreciate that. Now, Rickardo, we're starting up a new thing on Hustlers JA where we have something called a Hustlers Anthem, where it's a message to any entrepreneurs listening, any hustlers, single mothers out there that need the support, who need the motivation. You're a public speaker, right? So we wanted to use your skills to then tell them not to give up, to keep trying, to keep going, don't stop. You understand? They need to hear this. Some people need to hear this. So what would you say to those persons right now listening?
I just want to say to you, whatever you're doing, use what you have where you are and never be satisfied. And remember to practice resourcefulness. Do not depend on other people's resources, but practice resourcefulness.
Of course.
Right? Create a way for yourself. And just know that it's going to be hard. Nothing is easy, but you have to choose your hard. So if you want to work hard doing a 9 to 5 that you hate, or work hard doing a business that you love, you choose your hard. And I think that is how you can achieve wealth. That is how you can achieve and create generational wealth.
Of course. Lovely.
So that is the number one thing. Be resourceful and choose your hard. And you can achieve whatever you want.
Of course.
Well said.
So how can people get in contact with WitterFitness?
Definitely on Instagram.
Yeah.
My name is WitterFitness on Instagram. That is WITTER Fitness. Also on my YouTube, WitterFitness again. Twitter, WitterFitness again. You can email me at witterfitness@gmail.com, or you can call or text 876-418-4276.
All right.
Awesome.
This has been a beautiful ending to a very entertaining podcast. Now, for everyone listening, for the audiences everywhere, locally, internationally, if you're out of space, it doesn't matter. You understand? We really appreciate the continued support here at Hustlers JA, and the only way is up.
Only way is in.
Always progress over regress. You understand? We don't deal with stagnation here.
No, sir.
You understand? Comfort is the enemy of success. Right? Take this message, run with it, and we'll see you next time. This is Hustlers JA. We're out.
Touch on Records.